Hey there guys, so up until now, in the anime, we saw Leonis was reborn as a child by mistake after 1000 years. His goal was to find the reincarnation of the goddess of rebellion and to rebuild his demon army, but he saw that humanity was on the verge of extinction. So they built a floating island named Assault Garden, and more so, after defeating his archenemy, the great sage, Leo was enjoying his time, but one thing he learned after that was that demi-humans had become human slaves, and to free them, other demi-humans were constantly in conflict with humans, and one day they joined hands with one of the goddess's worshippers, a dark elf named Sharnak, and attacked the ship to kidnap the princess. Demi-humans wanted to free their kin, but the elf lady wanted to sacrifice the holy swordsman for the revival of the goddess. So Leo crashed Sharnak's plan, but he wanted to know which goddess she was talking about, because in this 1000 years all the gods have died. But suddenly a curse was activated and the elf died before revealing the name of the goddess. It was a disappointment. So after that, the remaining demi-humans who were on the run were doing their best to evade the humans' pursuit, but they still got caught. Then a spell was casted that turned all of those officers into stone, and their Leo made his entry in disguise and made them kneel. He changed his name to Zalvatus, and said he's the demon lord, the ruler of this entire world. He extended his hand and offered them a place to live, but in return they'll have to submit to him. So demi-humans agreed and accepted Leo as their master. And Leo built an underground labyrinth for them to leave and grow strong enough to rebel against the empire. But then Bro received a call from Celia. She was concerned because Leo disappeared without telling anyone, so Leo hangs up instantly. Well, obviously she just called him right when Bro was about to deliver his punchline to look like a dominating demon lord, so Leo rushed out before his image gets down. So what exactly happened was that Celia woke up early and came to Leo's room, but there she saw Sherry. She instantly disappeared. So Celia thought she must be dreaming and rolled the call to Leo, and Bro hung up on her, so she went to shower and Leo came back. Leo realized Celia is becoming more and more protective of him. So he goes to Celia, but she was in the middle of changing, and their Regina drops in and thought both were doing something. It was an embarrassing situation, but after that, they were having lunch. And there were too many crows in the area, and others at the academy were thinking that 18th platoon is staying in a haunted house. Celia strongly agrees because she just saw a girl in a maid uniform in Leo's room who vanished instantly. Leo knew it was Sherry, but he can't tell them. But that reminds Celia that Leo was nowhere this morning, so Leo makes up that he was training alone to prepare for their upcoming match. They were up against Fenris and her platoon. But Celia was fired up because this time she had her holy sword to participate in a school match. She and Leo teamed up for the match. And many of the higher-ups were also observing this match between two of the best platoons. Their Elfine took on the role of the scout and Regina was acting as sniper. That leaves Sakuya. And she was acting as a decoy to lure away the opponent, to give Celia and Leo an opening to take out the enemy flag, but their strategy fails as Fenris already predicted their move. Celia was surprised that the captain herself was defending a sub-flag instead of main flag, so Fenris tells her that she came to settle down their rivalry, and for thus chance. Fenris planned to corner Celia by distracting other members of Celia's platoon. Although unpleasant, Leo admits Fenris got some brains for victory. She then prepared herself for a fight and told her companion to hold back Leo for her. Then she goes all out on Celia and freezes her with the tree. As for Leo, he got that girl for good with his shadow. As for Celia, she taps into her vampire queen's power again and defeated Fenris. Higher-ups were pleased with the power and strategy display of both platoons, but particularly the 18th platoon, so after that, Celia helps Leo in bathing. But he was still nervous because he was in the girls' bath. Their Elfine told Leo to relax because children under 11 can bathe with their guardians. But Regina was making Leo even more nervous as she placed her hand on Sakuya's chest for a massage and told Leo to look all he wants. Then Leo and Celia joined in the bath and began to discuss their flaws, but they were fired up to become better with each other. And away from there, a mysterious guy named Nephikes, the Void Lord, was offering many of the demon sword to awaken the goddess, and that offerings made a crack big enough for an entire assault garden to pass, so Celia and her platoon were called in at the bureau. They were assigned to investigate the third assault garden that appeared out of nowhere on the Southeast Sea. It's the city that vanished 6 years ago in a void stampede. And it was Celia and Regina's hometown. but on the route it's moving, that island will reach to 7th Assault Garden in 7 days. But more disturbing news is that they caught a distress signal meant for survivors, so 18th Platoon were ordered to investigate it. But others were thinking of leaving Leo behind because he's just a child, but Leo insisted to tag along. But before leaving, he told Blackus to keep an eye on the Assault Garden. As for Sherry, Leo ordered her to follow him on this mission. Anyways, the 18th Platoon took off for their mission, but it will be some time before they arrive at the island. So Regina told Leo to rest in her lap, which made Celia jealous. Regina even had an ear cleaner and Leo got lost in the sensation. It brought him back to his time with the goddess. Goddess felt her time to leave is near, to disappear from this world, and when that time comes, she asked Leo to find her after she gets reincarnated into this world after 1,000 years. Leo promised to find her by any means when that time comes, but Goddess fears she would become something else in the future. Remembering that, Leo wakes up from his dream. Since they arrive at the island, and it was an unexpected feeling for Regina and Celia to see their hometown in these conditions. But they got to their mission and splits into 2 teams to explore the island, so Leo ordered Sherry to look after those 3 girls, but after walking for a while, Celia remembers a cake shop she frequently visited with her father was around that corner, and it brought back some old memories for Celia. But an unknown void attacked them and Celia got trapped under a giant steel pole. So, what will happen now that a giant void lord has attacked Celia and Leo while the other 3 members of their party are away? Find out in the next video, but until then, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates from our channel. Until then, take care.